back after it was really good.
Hey Coach, Master Simone's been looking pretty good out there for you guys as well. How would you assess his performance and his attitude and demeanor in practice?
He's been everything we thought he would be and more. He's a leader. He's really, he's in his first year, and we have an unbelievable captain group. But he's looked at and respected on our team as a captain because he just handles himself really well in every situation, and his play has been incredible. He's just our kind of player. He's relentless on pucks, and he just goes. He's got a motor, and I think he's just going to keep getting better and better every weekend too.
Coach, 2 power play goals against North Dakota, something that's really been key for you guys this season. Has it been the structure? Has it just been firing pucks on net? What has really gotten the power play going?
It's just shot volume, and making it a little bit more simple. I mean, you got an extra stick on the ice, so you just got to get pucks and bodies in the net. And so we really went through a stretch there of 3 games where it really struggled, and now it's going. We have the talent on both units to be successful, and they're confident, and that's how power plays go. When you're going downhill, it's going well for you. And so, we feel really good about the power play right now, and we're hoping we see a lot of it this weekend.
What specifically went well for you guys defensively against North Dakota, and is that something you've been harping on in practice?
It was puck management and how we managed the puck and kept it away from them. Our D were getting back the pucks really well, and they were first to pretty much every puck that they got in behind us. And all 5 guys were on the same page, no matter who were on the ice, and we were exiting our zone pretty cleanly and not letting them establish their forecheck and get in on offense. So that's generally what it takes when you hold a team to 15 shots, and the first 18 minutes of the third period to no shots, and it was really all just supporting the puck coming out of our zone and getting the pucks first.
Hey Coach, the team seems like a pretty cohesive unit so far in the season. How do you guys stay so mentally strong knowing that you have a couple of tough games coming up against Minnesota and Clarkson?
Well, it's as an independent, every game's a playoff game, right? So we don't get a conference playoff. So we're not even thinking about Clarkson. We're not even thinking close to Minnesota. Everything's focused on Anchorage. So we have to bank wins as an independent to get in the tournament, and literally all we're focused on is Friday night against this team, and we're not going to take them lightly. They already have 2 really big wins. They beat Western Michigan. They beat Northern Michigan on the road. They've given some teams really close, games and caused fits because they work. They're well structured and they work. They play with a chip on their shoulder. So we're focused on this team.
Coach, something that's been a struggle the past 4 games. You've let 3 power play goals in the past 4. The PK has been struggling a little bit. What have you seen from them, and how have you guys been working on that this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think the goals we have given up, really, it's not the PK. I mean, I've actually been really pleased with the PK the last 4 games. The goal against North Dakota was just a bad bounce, and it bounced up over TJ, and it wasn't anything structurally. I think the only thing our PK could probably get a little bit better at is just 200-foot clears, right? Like when you get it on your stick, you got to get it 200 feet every time. But the structure's there. They're selling out. They're blocking shots. It's been a lot better the last 4 or 5 games, and that percentage is going to continue to climb, hopefully.
Coach Jackson Niedermeyer switched to defense. It's been about 5 games, and he's seen time, I believe, on the second and third pairing. What have you thought of his play on the back end so far?
He's been great. I mean, he's going to be really good back there for us. So he gave us just kind of some life that we were looking for, and a little bit more confidence in another kid that can skate really well and move it out with his feet. He obviously got hurt against North Dakota. He'll be out this weekend, but it's nothing too serious. We expect him back for Clarkson.
You mentioned a few other guys banged up. Anyone who will be out this week, and anything serious?
No, nothing serious. We could potentially hold a couple more guys out just as precaution, and we're deep. And essentially what we tell them is if you're 80%, that's not good enough, because we have somebody that's 100% that can go hard. All right, so we believe in everybody on our roster, and if we have a kid that's 100%, he's going to play over the kid that's 80. So we have a couple days left to figure out, where guys are going to be, but right now that could be the only guy that we're holding out.
And a young freshman that you've always harped on is Ryan Alexander, and his play has really gotten better over the past few games. You've been moving up to the second line with Kopp, and you said that every player would want him on his line.
Yeah.
What goes into that, and how has his play really taken a step to the next level?
Well, he plays hard, right? He plays hard, he hunts pucks, he creates space, he plays with pace. He's just a good, hard-nosed center, you know, and there's not a guy on our team that doesn't want to play with him. I could put him with Doan, Master, I could put him with anybody, and they'd be like, all right, let's go, you know, so as a freshman, to have that backing and confidence of your coaches and your teammates, it says a lot about what kind of player he is, and he's only going to get better. He's a hell of a player.
One last one.
Yeah.
TJ, he played 8 games last year at Northeastern as the backup. Now he's your number one. He started every single game for you guys. How is he, really punched up on his endurance and now taking on a full starter number one type of role rather than being that number 2 at Northeastern?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think in college hockey, when you have a horse, you got to ride him, you know, and you play, you know, less than 40 games. So, I mean, guys want to go play pro, and they're playing over 80 games, you can't handle 40, then that's a problem. And let's be real, the players play all games, right? So why can't the goalies? I mean, it's no different. You know, the goalies, I mean, they work hard and it's a tiring position, but if I expect Josh Doan to play every game, I can expect a goalie to play every game. They're no different. You have to treat goalies like they're hockey players, because they are. You know, and so TJ's approach to every day and just keep taking care of his body and staying sharp mentally is really impressive, and he can handle it. And the other 2 guys look really good too. So we know that when they get their chance and they're called on, they'll be ready to go and they'll help us win games.
Harping on that, Master Simone hopes to get claimed by the Red Wings after graduation. What does ASU do to help make sure their players make it to the pros?
Just continue to support them, give them everything they need. They have everything they need here with this facility now to move on, and the coaches are here to support them and give them every piece of their development that we possibly can. That's what we tell kids when we recruit them. You got a ton of ice here to use and work on individual stuff, and just, you know, I think the biggest thing is people like winners, right? So, you know, if you come here and you win and you contribute to a winning culture and do things that programs have never done, that just makes you that much more attractive. So we're focused on kids that are focused on winning first and then moving on second.
Was he always going to come to ASU, or how did you entice him to come here?
Well, he was at BU, obviously, so he went into the transfer portal, and it was a dogfight to get a player like that, like it would be for any second rounder. And we built a good relationship with him and his family, and we were lucky enough that he chose us.
Kosabud comes back to ASU after being with you guys a few years back. Now he's, of course, with Anchorage. How do you remember him as a player and his, you know, legacy here at ASU?
Great kid, great family, still very close with his family. His dad's a good friend of ours, and he just wasn't getting in, and he wanted to go somewhere where he could play and make an impact. And he's a dynamic kid back there. He plays hard, he's physical, he can skate, he can make plays. So, and I know he's going to come in with a big chip, you know. We're excited to see him play and excited for him to play in this building. But he's an awesome kid. It's going to be good to see him.
Anything else?
Talked about conference alignment in the past. What do you have to do in these next remaining games to kind of push your case for that?
Well, I think we've already done it. I think we're attractive to a lot of conferences. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing, focusing on what we can control, and when that happens, it happens.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Coach.